look into my deepest blue, but I'll be watching you from here.
Hi, my name's Amanda Easton. I'm a performer, singer-songwriter from Sydney, Australia. I make retro-inspired theatrical electronic pop. But when I'm not doing my own music, I do
cabaret,
cover band gigs, solo gigs, tribute shows, recording sessions. Welcome to my Circle of Light vlog.
But I'll be watching you.
Hello, how are you? Hi, Larry. Nice to see you. I hope everybody's doing well on this very, in Sydney, overcast, kind of a little bit rainy, very autumnal day. Hi, g'day, Sydney. How are you? I know it's not autumnal where you are, apart from the fact that it's not autumn. Yeah, I don't think it ever gets autumnal in Arizona, does it? I guess you've all heard that in Australia. Hi, Grace. That in Australia we've been having issues with flooding and rain, which is why I've got to apologise. Last week I dramatically got cut off and I tried to reconnect and I just couldn't get it to happen. So I apologise that I didn't even get to say goodbye. Hello from Houston. David, how are you? Stu, how are you? Lovely to see you. And we here in Leichhardt, we're in the inner city, we don't really seem to get affected by natural disasters so much, but the internets all around the place did have issues because I guess it's still a physical thing partly, isn't it? The little boxes in the ground and they got flooded out. But hopefully we're back and we're going to stay back. I do remember I kept on getting funny little messages last week and obviously that's why. We're in the 90s today. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Shane. How are you? Nice to see you as well. But in parts of New South Wales, there are still floods happening. So we've just got a little bit of rain, which we can't complain about. But, there are some parts of the country. I mean, and it's not fair because it's the parts of the country that were affected by bushfires, this time just over a year ago. Then, of course, the entire world had to suffer is still suffering through the pandemic. And now these poor people are getting rained out and they needed the rain before and it didn't happen. But, I guess that's life. There are parts of Arizona that get snow. Oh, my goodness. I guess the States is a little bit like Australia. It's such a big place. You're going to have some variety in the temperatures, in the weather. Because, in New South Wales, there are parts that get snow. But then we're not quite as hot as you get in Arizona. You have to go up to Queensland for that. And you might, I don't know if these things hit the news where you are to the non-Australians, but in Sydney, in New South Wales, where I live, we have had all restrictions lifted for COVID. I think you still need to sign into places and, sanitize your hands and all that kind of stuff. But there's now no dancing restrictions, so you can dance at a gig, which is very nice. Especially since I'm doing the Fleetwood Mac show this weekend and people always want to dance to that and it just feels kind of weird. Hi, Ida. How are you? Lovely to see you all the way from Texas. And Fred, nice to see you from England. That means it's in the middle of the night for you. So I do relate to night owls because I'm one too. But it's just extra nice when you stay up late and come and say hello to me. So in New South Wales, which is weird timing because we haven't had any COVID cases for so long, they're raising all the restrictions, easing, I should say, all the restrictions. So life feels very normal, I've got to say. In my family, we're still being a little bit cautious because of our asthma issues, but, not that careful. We don't kind of have to be. And they've lifted the restrictions here in Texas too. Hi, Charles. Nice to see you. Good to hear. But at the same time, hi, David from Huntsville, Alabama. That's somewhere I want to go. Alabama is always in so many movies and so many songs and books, and it's just one of those places I really have to get to. I have been to the States before, but I haven't been to Alabama or Arizona. So they're definitely on my list. I have been to Texas and I loved it. Only Austin. That's the only place I got to for a music conference. But I'd like to see more of Texas as well. And the rest of it, it's just like Australia, or probably even harder. It's such a big country and it takes so long to get around. A lot of people do that with Australia. They say, oh, I'm going to visit Australia for a week from Europe. It's like, well, you're not going to see much of it. Always welcome to drop in, but you're not going to see much in a week. And yeah, I know the States is the same. I've been a few times and I've been to Texas for a music conference. I went to Miami for a few days. Good morning, Van. How are you from the Philippines? And of course, I said hello to Grace before. She's from Japan, which is one of my favorite countries in the world. So I always want to go back there. And I haven't been to the Philippines yet, and I have so many Filipino friends, so I need to go there. But yes, I've been to Austin, Texas. I've been to California and Hawaii and New York, which is one of my favorite cities in the world. Did I say LA? I've been there. But really, that's just a drop in the ocean. There's so much I want to see. Atlanta. I went to Atlanta. You believe it or not, this is some name dropping for you. I went to Atlanta to hang out with Bill Gates. Because I was working for Microsoft at the time, and I actually took a whole lot of media over there. So when I had a real job and a different kind of life, I got to do that. You're in the northern part of Alabama. Oh, the intelligent part. I don't know about the different parts, but I'll take your word for that and I'll make sure I go there. Rocket City. Well, that sounds super cool. I'm definitely going there. So it's Easter coming up this weekend, which means a few extra gigs for me. And I've got the Fleetwood Mac show, as I mentioned. So I thought I might do a Fleetwood Mac song from the 70s, because I suppose you could argue that the best Fleetwood Mac songs were from the 70s, certainly from the Rumours album. And Rumours is the name of the show that I do, the Fleetwood Mac tribute show. So I've never actually played this on the piano before, so you will excuse me, please, for fumbles on the piano. I've sung it quite a few times, although it's not a song that I sing in the show. So we have two female lead singers. We don't necessarily play Stevie and Christine the way they do it. It's not that kind of a costumed tribute as such. And it's the other girl, Serena, that sings this song. But every now and again I've filled in for her and I've done this song and I really like it. And it's the 70s and it's Fleetwood Mac week for me. So that's why. I hope you like it. Oh, Landslide is my fave, said Charles. It's a lot of people's favourites. Actually, when we do our tribute show, this is probably the song we get most requested. Took my love and I took it down. Let me give myself some reverb here. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till a landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child beneath my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older. I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older. I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Take my love, take it down. Oh, I climbed a mountain and I turned around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring you down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, maybe the landslide will bring you down. Down, well, the landslide will bring you down. Oh, landslide. Now, I can't remember when Charles said landslide is my favourite. I already told you what song I was doing, or was that just good luck? I should have said, no, as soon as you said it, I decided to play that song. But either way, it is a beautiful song, isn't it? So, you know, I prefer it on the guitar. But I can't play the guitar very well. So, yes. Oh, thank you very much. Good morning, Lou. Lovely to see you. Denis from Quebec. Great to see you. Let It Be. That's a good idea. Was that the 70s? Well, it must have been around the 70s. I can do that. We can do Let It Be. One day I'll even be not shy enough to do requests. I do requests in real life, but for some reason it seems scarier to do them online. This is for David. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. whisper words of wisdom. The cat, let it be. When the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Smokey came in and was about to jump on me, so that's why I stopped for a second. Oh no, a proper piano player. My friend Al is just watching. I'm sorry, I apologise. Al is just like an incredible, fantastic piano player, and I've had the pleasure of working with him many times, but thank you. That's very sweet, Al. So that was for you, David. Oh, Grant, I'm so pleased to hear that it was comforting. That's the whole idea, isn't it, about music, I reckon. It's comforting for me to perform it, and hopefully it's comforting for us to enjoy it together. I do love the fact that, you know, there's all of us together from all around the world, and we can hopefully enjoy it together. So it's funny, I did a gig last weekend. It was a duo gig, you know, the duo I do with my friend Jo Elms, and it's called Sing Little Sister. And I'm doing a lot more gigs like that at the moment because the shows haven't been, you know, as booked because of COVID restrictions, etc. And so I find myself doing a lot more solo gigs and a lot more duo gigs, which I did very rarely except at the beginning of my career. I guess we consider them to be more bread and butter type gigs. But I did one at a club not far away on the weekend, and it's difficult in a place like that because there's part of the place is a restaurant, part of it is casino with the poker machines, part of it is just a lounge where people sit and enjoy the music, which is, you know, obviously where we're placed. There's a, you know, nice stage and dance floor which couldn't be used yet. And a lot of people sitting in lounges, and there's a bar and all that kind of stuff. I did forget the reverb, Terry. I remembered it on the first song, and then I was part way, and then the cat jumped on me, and then I just thought, it's going to be reverb less. But you noticed. I will remember it for the next song. But so we were at this club, and there is a restaurant in the far corner, and it's all open plan, right? And the idea is obviously that everybody can enjoy the music. But the problem is, you know, I know what it's like. I love live music, obviously, but sometimes I'm at a restaurant, and if I can't hear the person I'm speaking to, you can't hear the conversation, then the music's too loud. But then if you're at a venue and you want to dance, which we can now, or you just want to enjoy the music at, you know, a decent volume, then it's hard to please everybody. Anyway, the manager of the place came up and said, turn down, please, turn down, which is, you know, unfortunately what musicians hear quite often, and it's not the nicest thing, but you understand. And so we turned down. Then we played another couple of songs. Turn down, turn down. She came over again. You need to turn down, you need to turn down. So we turned down again, and it felt like we were going, you know, really, really softly. And, you know, Joe and I were looking at each other, and we always enjoy ourselves. And, you know, the audience were clapping and seemed to be enjoying it, but we thought, they hate us. They just want us to be quiet. And at the end of the gig, this same manager came along, and she had a notepad. Oh, gosh. And she said, what's the name of your group, please? And I said, Sing Little Sister. You know, I'm thinking we're going to get this terrible report because we were too noisy. And then she said, we just loved your music, so I wanted to put in a good report for you for the agency. What? Sometimes you just cannot tell. And then she said, can I get you teas, coffee, hot chocolates? And we'd already had a little cheeky Prosecco because this is a bit of a tradition that Joe and I do. and we had to drive home. So that wasn't on offer anyway. So we said, hot chocolate, that would be amazing. So we got hot chocolates. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean, Sydney. He says, if you want to talk while the band is performing, go somewhere else. There is that, right? But so we got given these lovely hot chocolates that just seemed like a beautiful luxury, at the end of a night, and it's starting to get a little bit cooler here. So it was it's such a small thing. And I mean, how much does it cost the club? A little bit of, the chocolate powder, milk and water. But to us, it was such a lovely gesture and we so appreciated it. And so now I recently posted a review, a really nice review. Interesting, but nice, because they related my style to Phantom of the Opera, which I don't see at all, but hey, I still really liked it. And anyway, so it was a really good review that I posted, and Joe put a message on it saying, hot chocolate. So now hot chocolate is our our special code for something that's awesome. At least they didn't have to stop for the raffle. Well, that certainly happened to me many a time, Stu. And in fact, at one gig I do, you can be halfway through a song and they'll make an announcement, so you have to suddenly stop. You're right in the middle of, no. You just have to suddenly stop. Hey, but that's life. I'm not complaining. I'm back at work and I'm really happy about that. You know what we're talking about too, Wayne? I'm sure it happens to everybody. So, it's just every job has its ups and downs. And I got to say, ours is pretty damn good in general. So I'm not complaining. So let me see. Oh, so, I did the 70s last week and it was actually meant to be the 80s this week, except the internet went down. And so I didn't quite get to finish what I had planned, and I've got those songs in today. But I also have to stretch a little bit because I didn't really have 2 whole days worth of material. And I think we should have a segment anyway called maybe Daggy but Fun or Daggy but Classic. Because especially at my casino gig, little Smokey is back, but I can't see where she's gone now. She just decided to kind of jump on me and then she just wanted to say, hi, I'm here, but, don't forget me. But I think she's jumped out the window again. Anyway, she'll probably be back later, just as when I'm playing, no doubt. Maybe she's coming to say, turn down. That's Pussycat way of saying turn down. Get me a hot chocolate, Smokey. Now I forgot what I was talking about. I do that, don't I? Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right. Particularly at my casino gig where I take requests. I'm like a piano bar request person. And a whole lot of songs get requested that you go, oh, yeah, that song. I never would have thought about doing that song. But, so I end up pulling up a chart and doing my best to do it on the spot within reason. I have to have heard the song before. And I end up discovering or kind of rediscovering songs that I already knew but never thought of playing. And they're often very daggy. But so am I. So that's pretty good for me. And I think last week I did Love Story. I think it's Andy Williams, isn't it? And that kind of song I totally love. And they're considered daggy, and it's okay. People can consider them daggy. But this was a request from last week. I even got a tip. So it must be a good song. And I'm going to try and play it for you. It's one of those songs that, I pulled up the chart on the spot and did my best with what I could do. So I'm going to do the same thing again now. It's a Rod Stewart song. Hey? Who would have thought I would do Rod Stewart? And I'm going to remember the reverb, Terry. Just in case you don't know, for the non-music musicians among us, I'm sure you know anyway, but reverb is this. Reverb is this. So it's the echoey kind of thing, and it's whenever you see a live performance or even any recording, it's always got some kind of reverb or delay or an effect on the vocal to make it, mix in with the music. And as a singer, you get so used to having it. If you didn't have it, like I didn't in Let It Be, it sounds a bit dry and it's actually harder to sing. Ah, Stu, you're too good. Yes, that is the right one. So I'm going to expect to be hearing you singing along. I am sailing, I am sailing home again across the sea. I am sailing stormy waters to be near you, to be free. I am flying, I am flying like a bird across the sea. I am flying, passing high clouds to be near you, to be free. Can you hear me? Can you hear me through the dark night far away? I am dying, forever trying to be with you. Who can say? Can you hear me? Can you hear me through the dark night far away? I am dying, forever trying to be with you. Who can say? We are sailing, we are sailing home again across the sea. We are sailing stormy waters to be near you, to be free. Lord, to be near you, to be free. Oh Lord, to be near you, to be free. So, sailing, Rod Stewart. I think that belongs in the Daggy but awesome category. Daggy but classic. Negro, nice to see you as well. Curtis, lovely to see you from Brackley in the UK, which means it must be the middle of the night. Although that's something Sydney reminded me of last week. We're changing clocks next week. Some of you, I think, have already changed clocks. So we're changing out of our daylight savings, out of our summertime time, obviously. You even had the lighter. Yay. Is that international? That people, this is a thumb, actually, but imagine it's a lighter. Do people wave that in audiences? I'm sure that's international. Yeah, thanks, Debbie. I love the way you share. You're so sharing and caring. I love it. Thank you. That was better, Terry, wasn't it, with a bit of reverb? Definitely better for me as well. Oh, Fred has to ask what Daggy means. Okay, Dags, it originated, this is really lovely description. It originated as, we're a big sheep nation, Australia, and a sheep shearing nation as a result, because wool is one of our biggest exports. Now, when, this is terrible, an actual dag is a little bit of sheep poo that hangs off the back of a sheep. So I'm not saying that Rod Stewart's song is a bit of poo that hangs off the back of a sheep's bum. I'm not. But that word, that's the real meaning of dag, but it has expanded and become part of the Australian lexicon, and it now means a little bit like nerd, but it's a affectionate word. It's not cool, not fashionable. So, have you ever seen the rain, Grace? That's a request. I'm sorry, I don't actually do that one. I don't know it. That's Creedence Clearwater, isn't it? Have you ever seen the rain? I will look it up, though, because that is a song that I reckon people would love. And I think they would love that at my piano bar as well, so I will do that. So I hope that explained it, Fred. Probably not. I probably confuse you more than ever. Basically, when you say something's daggy, it means it's not cool and it's not fashionable. But when I use the word daggy, and most people do, they use it affectionately. So it's kind of an insult, but not really. I hope that makes sense. So when I got cut off last week, thanks to probably the floods and the internet just going, I was in the middle of playing you a little... You shouldn't have asked, but I made it more confusing, didn't I? I was in the middle of playing a little... That's probably Smokey's fault as well, because just blame the cat for everything. I was in the middle of playing an animal video that I think everybody agreed was very, very cute. So I might take the opportunity to play that again since we got cut off so rudely last week. Kevin, nice to see you. Oh, you've just gone into summertime time. So, it's after 1 there. That means it's even later than before. Oh, my goodness. But, okay, well, then it's probably just going to go back to normal then because we're going back an hour from next week. So I think for you it will still be midnight like it was a couple of weeks ago. I think that's right. Where am I singing this weekend? This weekend I'm at Saturday night. I'm at the Brass Monkey in Cronulla doing the Fleetwood Mac tribute show, which is, one of my faves. I've got some more Fleetwood Mac songs for you since they're 70s as well. And then I've got on Sunday, I'm at the casino. And on Monday, because it's Easter Monday, I've actually got a cabaret show, which is great. I haven't been doing many cabaret shows because they were one of the last things to go back because of, bigger audiences required, I guess, bigger spaces. And that's at Mounties, which is Mount Pritchard, for those who don't know what Mounties is. So, yeah, wow. So it's 1:33 a.m. in England. Well, it will go back to midnight for you guys as a start time from next week. But hopefully when I put the little event up that pops up, and if you don't see it, just go to my page and I make sure every week I do put up an event. It should have the time in your own time zone, because that's much cleverer at doing that than I am. But here's the little video that I was playing you last week. Oh, Pete, how are you, mate? Our friend Pete hasn't been 100%, so I hope you're doing well and you're doing better now. It's good to see you. So this is the little animal video that got cut so rudely short last week.
Done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 and love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 loved. So I won't hesitate.
How funny is that? A sloth and a cat. I don't know that I would trust Smokey with a sloth. Can you hear her purring? Oh, sorry, Smokes. I just hit her in the head with the microphone. Oh, she's purring. It's very nice. Hey, Smokes, you want to hear another Fleetwood Mac song? Yes. Okay. I might have to let you down though, okay? She's got her claws in. Everyone's saying hello though. Hear the purring? Oh. Okay, you sit down here. Oh, no, not up there, darling. It's too hard to play the piano with you on my shoulder. Here we go. Yeah. Smokey makes it even cuter. She makes everything cuter. For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, the sun will be shining, and I feel that when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. To you, I'll give the world. To you, I'll never be cold. 'Cause I feel that when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And I wish you all the love in the world, but most of all, I wish it from myself. And the songbirds keep singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. Like never before. Like never before. There you go. Another little bit of Fleetwood Mac since one, it's the 70s, and you got to say they wrote some great tunes in the 70s, and of course it's Rumours. My Fleetwood Mac show is playing at the Brass Monkey in Cronulla this Saturday night, which I'm very excited about. Oh, you're frozen. Yeah. Put some Ugg boots on. I've got my Ugg boots on. Even though it's kind of only just getting cold. But it means you can kind of wear your summer clothes and just stick the Ugg boots on your feet and your whole self gets warm. Thank you. So one of my favourite songs from the 70s, possibly ever, is this next song. But I'm not going to sing it live because the piano thing, it just doesn't work. But this is me singing it live, just recorded. This is from my Blondie versus Pretenders show. And I know you'll know the song. I don't know if you know that there's a big Australian connection with Blondie. And the first connection was we had a very famous, he's not working anymore, but he's still alive. We have a very famous TV music commentator called Molly Meldrum, Ian Molly Meldrum. And he used to run a show called Countdown. If you ever have the chance to look at past Countdown episodes, they're probably on YouTube. They're just fantastic. And, you know, every international visitor that came to Australia would play on it, as well as the big Australian bands. And one of the bands that came on was Blondie, and they weren't very well known at the time. And the song that was meant to be the single, I think it was Rip Her to Shreds. That was meant to be the first single they were going to release in Australia. But we're talking about singles, as in, you know, actual black discs. And the B-side was a song called In the Flesh. Now, Molly Meldrum won't say whether he did it on purpose or because he made a mistake. And he's quite famous for his kind of bumbling, adorable but bumbling manner. And so a mistake is likely. But he played the wrong side. So the record company said, yeah, play this, song Rip It to Shreds. This is Blondie's first single. And he turned it over and played the other side instead. But he did Blondie the biggest favour because that song ended up being a massive hit. And their first success, Blondie's first really big success, was actually in Australia. And then the second connection that they have with us is that this next song was kind of hanging around Blondie's repertoire for quite a while, and it was a bit reggae, it was a bit all different styles, and they couldn't quite get it right. And then this Australian producer comes along, Mike Chapman, who's also responsible for Simply the Best and a whole lot of other really big hits. And he went, nah, mate, you've got to turn this into disco. This was the result. Well, this isn't the Blondie result. This is my version of the result. One of my favourite songs of the 70s. Isn't that interesting? Grant is saying that's known as the disco song. That's a pretty big compliment that your song will be the disco song. But it's definitely Blondie's disco song. And, of course, their biggest commercial hit. But just a great song. I mean, I love disco anyway, but there's a really cool combination of disco and rock in that, and I think that's probably my favourite combination. And Curtis wasn't cold. His iPhone was freezing. Maybe Sydney got that, but I didn't. I don't think putting your phone in an Ugg boot will help you, Curtis. And you've got some family in Australia. Actually, you said the Bull family. If you saw the bass player in that particular clip I just played, that was Steve Bull. I'm assuming it's not the same Bull family because there's probably more than one. But our Steve Bull, actually, believe it or not, the rhythm section in that clip, so the drummer and the bass player are both from Icehouse, which is a very big Australian band that I think have done well overseas. So I think some of my international friends will still have heard of them. So, yes, always a great honour to play with those boys. And, okay, let me see. I've been promising for a long time to do this song. And I tell you what, one of the reasons I've been putting it off, it's hard, but also it's actually really hard to sing at this time of the morning. I wish there was a time we could do in the afternoon that wouldn't be when everyone else is asleep. But, you know, that's not the case. The later in the day I go, the worse it gets for my British friends particularly. So I'm going to give this song, just give it a go, you know. So I do feel, you know, that my voice is a little bit scratchy for this style of music because you need to be singing so pure, which works better in the afternoons. But that's all right. I'll have fun with it if nothing else.
Out on the windy moors we'd roll and fall in green. You had a temper like my jealousy, too hard, too greedy. How could you leave me when I needed to possess you? I hated you, I loved you too. Bad dreams in the night, they told me I was going to lose the fight. Leave behind my wuthering, wuthering heights, Heathcliff. It's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home and I'm so cold. Let me into your window, Heathcliff. It's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home and I'm so cold. Let me into your window. Ooh, it gets dark, it gets lonely on the other side from you. I find a lot falls through without you. I'm coming back, love, cruel Heathcliff, my one dream, my only master. Too long I roam in the night. I'm coming back to his side to put it right. I'm coming home to wuthering heights, Heathcliff. It's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home and I'm so cold. Let me into your window, Heathcliff. It's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home and I'm so cold. Let me into your window. Ooh, let me have it, let me grab your soul away. Ooh, let me have it, let me grab your soul away. You know it's me, Kathy. Heathcliff, it's me, I'm Kathy. So go, let me into your window. Heathcliff, it's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home and I am so cold. Let me into your window. A little bit of Kate Bush. Yes, Pat Benatar did a version of it as well. So thank you. I love Kate Bush. I'd actually love to do that song as well. Actually, I like even better than this one. How does it go? It's on the same album, and it's that love song. I hear him before I go to sleep and focus on the day that's been. That song. I'll have to learn that one for next time. That's a beautiful one. I turn the light off and turn over. You know what song I'm talking about? Man with the Child in His Eyes. That's the one. Yeah. So I wanted to play you, without the reverb, I wanted to play you one of my own songs, and I couldn't work out how my stuff fits in with the 70s, because I played you Disco Disconnected last week. But what I was aiming for, Disco Disconnected was the song I played, but it was also the name of the EP that I released that did have a very 70s theme. And the whole aim of it was to pull what I loved from the 70s, especially the disco part of the 70s, but meld it with a more modern sound and, the stuff that I like now. And I think this song does that. You actually can hear the 90s in it, but I suppose the 90s in many ways was the era of music that I most strongly relate to, because I was, that age that we all love music and going out the most in the 90s. So you can hear that too, but this is a song that it's a heartbreak song, surprise, surprise from me. Huh? Here we go. Here we go. Nothing's happening. Oh, dear. No, that didn't work. Okay, obviously I've done something wrong. So I just have to play you something else instead. I'll play you something. I tell you what, when I think of the 70s, I can't help but just go, well, disco, hello. So how about I play you a disco song? And I have a joke that, in fact, I built an entire cabaret show around it, that I have never done a gig where I haven't performed this song. And that is true. Not true completely. Not true for the live streams, but largely true for a lot of the actual real life gigs that I do. It's just one of those songs. I love it, luckily, because I do it so often. But it's one of those songs that people put in repertoires and that people request. And it's such a classic. And I think if I think of disco in the 70s, this is probably, apart from Heart of Glass, which, has that rock edge. If it's pure disco we're talking about, Disco Duck, that's not the song I'm thinking of. Thank goodness, because I don't know if I could deal with doing that song at every single gig. This one, however, I can. First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. And then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And now you're back from outer space, just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed this to the lock, I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go, walk out the door, just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I will survive. survive. Hey, hey. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent oh so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high and you see me, somebody new. I'm not that changed up little person still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Well, I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I will survive. For as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. I will survive.
So that's Gloria Gaynor. Oh, no. Sydney lost his Kate Bush songs when he moved. That's the worst. Yes, you've got it, David, you said. Gloria Gaynor, which is on your favourite movie, one of your favourite movie replacements. I have a feeling that song has been in a lot of movies. I'm pretty sure it was in one of those big Australian movies. Yes, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Classic disco. All it needs is a glitter ball. Absolutely. And ideally some guitars and a band. But that's okay. Oh, Man with a Child in His Eyes. It's a great song, isn't it? Yes, I will have to learn that for another time. But it's interesting, Sydney's saying that Pat Benatar would avoid doing Wuthering Heights too because it's so hard. I mean, Kate Bush has got a beautiful voice, obviously, but everybody has got their own strengths and weaknesses, and she sounds, not to detract from her talent at all, but she sounds very comfortable where that song is pitched, which is very high, and not everyone's voice is the same, so it's often hard to do covers of, you know, really clever singers like Kate Bush. But chicken. What, chicken for not doing Disco Duck? Okay. So speaking of live shows, I think I told you this last week, but my live stream for Wallflower, so the official launch of Wallflower is on July 22nd. So please put it in your diary. And if you're not already on my mailing list, please jump on, because not only that's the link I just put on the screen now, so you can just go to amandaeaston.com and you'll see it. If you go on the mailing list, yes, I will bother you once every 2 weeks or so, but you can always unsubscribe if your inbox gets too full. But I will send you a few free songs to start with, but I'll also send you a link very shortly to the early bird tickets for the launch. So for the next month or so, I'm just sending my VIPs. And look, if you can put up with me in this live stream, I think that makes you a VIP. I'm sending the VIPs a discounted link to tickets to the launch, and you'll also get an exclusive remix of one of the songs from Wallflower that won't be available anywhere else. And I would love you to come along. The show itself is at quite a big venue, nice big staging. We're going to have a band and a DJ and a whole cinematic thing happening with video screens. I really want to make it an event and multimedia, especially for my friends who will only be seeing it via live stream. I don't want you to think you're missing out. I want it to be extra. But it's also going to be a live event for those who can come to Sydney, to the Civic in the city. So I'm really excited by having an event, because I was thinking with everything happening with COVID that I wouldn't be able to do anything live. But it's July 22, which happens to be a few days after my birthday, so you can join me for a birthday drink as well. But if you're not already on the mailing list, please jump on, and you'll get the free songs straight away, and you'll get a link shortly as soon as it's all set up for the cheaper tickets to the live stream. So they'll end up, the cheaper ones will be $10 Australian, which, for people overseas, that's nothing, is it? Well, I shouldn't say that. It's still a cup of coffee or so, or maybe more, but not too expensive anyway. I wanted it to make it accessible. Running Up the Hill, that's a good one. Hounds of Love, yes. So many good Kate Bush songs. Well, thank you so much for joining me in the 70s today. And, thank you, Curtis. You love my song Stolen. That's a sad one, isn't it? It's one of my favourites actually as well. I should have done ABBA in the 70s. Absolutely. I love ABBA. That definitely belongs in the Daggy but awesome category, I think. How about, there's the obvious ABBA songs like Dancing Queen and Mamma Mia, but then there's the ones that I probably like that are even daggier. Do you remember the song, what's it called? Love of My Life? Not the Queen song. There's another one with a similar title. And also, oh my goodness, don't get me started on ABBA. Maybe one day, except I don't know how to play any of them on the piano. I'll have to learn. Maybe we can have an ABBA day. You love Daggy now too, Curtis. It's yours to use. Spread it around the world. Everybody needs to know. But thank you again, everybody, for joining me. And I will see you next week at kind of the same time, but we are falling back. I know some of you have already sprung forward into your spring. So please do double check the event notice, because that will give you the time in your time zone, because it won't be the same as today. But it will, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm glad we have some ABBA lovers here. You're my people. I know anybody that says they love ABBA's got to be cool. Not daggy, actually cool. I'll see you next time. All the best, and I hope you have a fabulous week.